Y'all want to see a picture of the world's cutest baby? I mean, look at that. Adorable. Alright. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing kind of a chit chat, get ready with me style video. I posted up on Facebook if you had any makeup questions you would like for me to answer in a video, to send them to me, and I got a couple, and I'm just going to show you some of my favorite items that I use on a more day-to-day basis, and some things that I've honestly not tried in a while. And we'll just talk about makeup, get ready. Not feeling super great today, but my house looks worse than I feel. So after I get ready, I will be cleaning and then hopping into bed. So if you like these style videos, please give it a thumbs up. I'm looking for a name to name these. One of the girls I watch, THATAYLA, she does these style videos and she calls them Shadow and Schmooze, which I think is super cute. So if you think of a name for these type of videos, please leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, keep watching. So I'm going to get started with one of my favorite primers. My skin has been super dry lately. I made the mistake of getting dermaplaning done on my face, and apparently my skin is super sensitive to that, and now I have dry patches all over the place. My skin feels super rough to the touch, which is unique because dermaplaning is supposed to take care of that kind of thing, but it jacked my skin up. So I'm going to do kind of a bold eye look today just for fun because I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to start with a foundation that I used to love and I've honestly not used in a couple months. It's the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. I'm wearing the shade 2 Alabaster. It comes in a giant doe foot applicator. So I just kind of like smear this all over my face. And then I blend it in with a brush. I really enjoy this foundation. Super full coverage. Really long wearing. And as far as higher end foundations are concerned, it is decent price. I think it's like $29, which a lot of the foundations now you'll get up into like $40 and $50, which makeup prices are getting insane. This is probably like half a shade too dark for me. This was a shade that I bought when it was summertime, so probably good that I'm not leaving the house. Just blend that in. One of the things I wanted to talk about with you guys is just, you know, things that you deal with on a daily basis, like anxiety. And I don't know if that's something you guys are comfortable talking about, but anxiety is something that I deal with, and it tends to manifest itself in different ways. Like, I mean, I'll be having a great day, and then it's like out of nowhere, my chest hurts, I can't breathe, and I'm freaking out over the littlest thing, and it doesn't even have anything to do with like what the real problem is. For example, I went car shopping this past summer with my sister, and of course the salesman was horrible. He was a total turd, and I was buying my first brand new car by myself, and I was getting ready to pick out the one I wanted, and I just did not feel comfortable with the salesman, and it was just an all around like rough situation. He made fun of my job when I told him I was a special ed teacher. He constantly asked my sister if she was pregnant, and she told him she wasn't. So it was just, he was a jerk. And we did not enjoy the experience. So I'm getting ready to decide what kind of car I want and everything. Well, I start absolutely freaking out about, sorry, I dropped my eyebrow pencil. I'm freaking out about the door handles. I'm pitching a fit. They are not the type of door handles I want on this car. And I know it sounds ridiculous, but it was one of those things. I was so anxious and upset about my experience with the car salesman that I just started flipping out about the simplest thing. Does that ever happen to you guys? Or Am I just a weirdo? Someone asked me about eyebrow tips on Facebook. For mine, my eyebrows are pretty much there. I was really bad about plucking them too much right here in the middle when I was younger, so they don't grow very well there. You can over tweeze, and I'm telling you right now, put the tweezers down, because you will jack up your eyebrows and they will not grow like they're supposed to. So what I like to do is start here at my tear duct, go up, and that's where I create my first line. And then I go, just make a, kind of like brush strokes. Just keep on going. And the edge of my eyebrow is going to stop here. So if you lay your pencil right here on the tip of your nose and go to where your outer corner of your eye is, that's where I have my eyebrows stop. And then I just kind of fill in. You can see right here where my eyebrow doesn't naturally grow. The key is finding the right shade. My shade is auburn because I have red hair, except for like right here because, you know, roots. But finding the right shade. There's nothing I hate worse than seeing a girl with like blonde hair and like black eyebrows. Now, I know it's like a big thing on Instagram and stuff to have these giant Sharpie drawn on eyebrows, but it ain't cute. And if you just kind of go in little brush strokes, it looks more natural. I prefer a pencil like this. This is the ColourPop Brow Boss. $5 at Ulta. I mean, you can't beat it. Sorry if you hear my dogs. They are in a barking contest with my neighbors. So you can see the difference. I mean, a good brow can really, I mean, this side of my face looks so sad. But right here you can see that it really makes a difference in how your makeup looks. I got too much foundation in my eyebrows. Okay, now that both of my eyebrows are pretty much shaped with the pencil, you can go back in with the little spoolie, and that kind of corrects any clumps you might have. This is a step that I enjoy. It's completely not necessary, like, to have good brows, but I like to go in with a tinted brow gel on top, especially around the edges. My eyebrows, for some reason, like right here, want to just, you know, flare up, and I don't want crazy brows. Plus, I like to have the, ooh, I got a fuzz on my nose. Oh, okay, sorry. It helps with the color. I'm using the Benefit Gimme Brow, and this is like just the tiniest little spoolie. And for a tinted brow gel, you just kind of go over. Think of it kind of like mascara for your eyebrows. Super quick. And because I'm not using this as my sole eyebrow product, I can make it last longer. So like this tube has lasted me several months. I like to go in with my eyeshadow next. I prefer to do my eyebrows before my eyeshadow for the main reason of I like to get a clean line underneath. And if I have shadow up there, I feel like it's more difficult. Plus, it really helps me see, you know, what space do I have to work with. Completely personal. A lot of people like to do their eyeshadow before they do foundation. It's just whatever steps you like to do. I always start with an eyeshadow primer. I like to use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. When I get done with this one, I want to get a MAC paint pot. I think they are on sale with the Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty that are coming up. So just rub that in with your finger. Pat, pat, pat. Okay. Now I'm going to go in with a palette that I have not used in forever. I actually really love this palette, but it's more of a bold color scheme, so I don't get to wear it a whole lot. This is the Patrick Star MAC Stay With Me eyeshadow quad. It's the one in the pink packaging, and it is 4 purplish shades. The lipstick I picked out may or may not go with this. I'm going with the lightest taupey shade. I'm just kind of going in my crease. One of my friends, Renee, hey Renee, she asked for eyeshadow tips for people with more mature skin, and I would actually like to do a whole video dedicated to that. There are some tips and tricks you can use because, you know, as you mature, there's more texture to your skin naturally, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but everybody deals with it. So I want to do a whole video on that. I'm just building it up, not taking it everywhere, but just in the crease where your eye naturally kind of, just poke yourself, your eye naturally folds in to your face. So speaking of anxiety, one of the things I have found that really works, you know, I'm a special ed teacher, so I knew about the benefits of pressure therapy, like weighted blankets, weighted vests, and things like that. But I got a weighted blanket for my birthday. I bought it on Amazon. It's a 15-pound. And the reason I bought this one, or got this one, picked it out, was that it doesn't you don't have to have a slip cover, because, you know, a friend of mine bought one on Zulily, and, you know, normally they're like $200, but she found this one for $60, but the way it's made, you have to have a slip cover with it, and if you're not careful, it's like the weighted blanket like slips and falls out of where it's supposed to be, so it makes it difficult. So, you know, short story long, I picked this one out because you don't have to have a slip cover, and the outside of it is minky, so it's super soft. And let me tell you guys, I have never slept so good in my life. Definitely recommend weighted blankets. I'll try, if I can remember, to link the one that I got below. Got a super good deal on it. It was on sale when I picked it out. I don't think it is anymore, but just kind of keep an eye on it, because that's one thing I've noticed with Amazon. Their prices change pretty frequently. So today it may be $80, tomorrow it may be $75. I mean, it's just kind of keep an eye on something that you're interested in. Now I'm going to go in, with this, you know, brighter purple shade. This is actually a metallic, which I don't always put in the crease, but if you blend right, you're going to be fine. Weighted blankets are wonderful. My dog actually really likes his weighted blanket, or the one that I got. He tries to steal it from me at night now. Okay, I'm going to get a mirror because I'm having a hard time seeing. Okay. Oh, got a bit of fallout. Now, look, as you can see here, I have a little purple down there. That's just from fallout. And, I mean, once we do our concealer, it'll be fine. Now I'm going to take this brighter purple right here and a little bit of the darker and stamp it onto the outer corner of my eye. And just kind of blend just a tad bit toward the center. I'm going to put a glitter down on top. So I don't want it everywhere, but I do want just a little bit of definition right there. I was actually featured on the MAC store of Florence, their Instagram. It's the MAC in Florence has closed down now, but it was super exciting. I did my eye makeup with this palette and then used one of their loose glitters, and I went in one day to buy some lipstick, and one of the girls I know from there was like, oh my gosh, are you wearing that palette? I was like, yes. So I got put on the Instagram page. Okay, I'm going to put some glitter on and then see how I feel about it and see if I want to add more colors to the eyes. For glitter, I'm using the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Eyeliner. It comes in like a super tiny brush. What I like to do with this, instead of actually using it as an eyeliner, is brush it on the inner corner of my eye and use it as eyeshadow. So the shade I'm using is Pyro. I don't know if it's picking up on camera very well, but it's the most beautiful, like, subtle iridescent color. And one of my favorite things to do right now is actually use bronzer as my only eyeshadow. Super natural, just kind of fling it, you know, in the crease, and then put this on the inner corner for just a little bit of sass. Probably gonna look crazy by the end of this video because I'm pretty sure the lipstick I picked out doesn't match, and I'm wearing blue. My eyeshadow's purple. So back to just chit-chatting. Fun fact about me, I guess, is I am colorblind. I'm probably gonna butcher the pronunciation, but I'm pretty sure it's called tritanopia. If you know how to pronounce it correctly, please don't make fun of me. But it is where you have trouble seeing blues and greens. It's not red-green, which is the test where they, you know, show you the little circle and it's like, can you tell me what number is inside the circle? It's not that, and it's kind of funny how I found out, actually. I'm going to use, for eyeliner, the Joah Cosmetics I'm So Fly Brush Tip Eyeliner in black. So how I found out was, you know, I worked at Kmart when I was in college, and at the time I was working at the service desk. This is one you can kind of hear. You got to shake it up a little bit. And part of my job was to, you know, help, you know, keep up with the cashiers and things like that. And we had this girl that came in one day, and she wasn't in dress code. So I'm trying to be, you know, all big and bad. And I was like, listen, you got to go to the office. You're not in dress code. You can't clock in. So you've got to change. Well, so send her to the office. And the manager calls and is like, look, I need you back here. So go back there. And he said, listen, I understand she's not in dress code, but you can't report people for not being in dress code if you're not in dress code. And I was like, okay, what are you talking about? I'm wearing a blue shirt, black pants, which is what we had to wear at the time. And, I mean, I wear this shirt all the time. Nobody has ever said anything to me about it. What's wrong? He said, sweetie, your shirt is green. I was like, hey, no, it's not. It's clearly blue. I don't know what your problem is. Well, we call in about 10 different people to see, because I didn't believe him. I said, there's no way. This shirt is blue. I wear it all the time. I don't know what your problem is. Didn't really say that because he was actually kind of a fierce manager and I was a little bit afraid of him. But in my head, that's what I was thinking. So we call in like 10 different people. And no joke, 10 different people tell me, no girl, your shirt is green. So, out of curiosity, I go, you know, I was just like a week or two away from my eye doctor's appointment that I have every year. So, as I'm talking to the eye doctor, I asked her, I said, look, you know, people have been telling me that I can't match my blues and my greens. What's wrong? So she gives me the test, and sure enough, you know, I'm 22, I think, at the time. I was colorblind, didn't know it. I call and ask my mom, hey, why didn't you tell me, you know, this whole time that I've been colorblind? She's like, I just thought you were weird and you liked your clothes like that. So, go mama. A friend asked me about eyeliner tips. Ashley, my biggest recommendation for eyeliner is find the medium that you enjoy the best. For example, I know I prefer liquid pens. So I look for a liquid pen that I love. This one is alright. It's not super pigmented, which is one of the reasons why I don't like that. Find the medium you like and find what works. So if you're a pencil girl, then we need to find you a good pencil. If you're a liquid girl, I can hook you up. If you're a sharpening crayon type thing, you know, find what's easiest for you to use. I always keep on hand a brown eyeliner and a black. To me, other than that, that's really all you need. I'm going to go in with concealer before I do my mascara. I actually brought a little sample I have of the Naked Skin color correctors. Y'all know I'm a big fan of using peachy correctors under the eye. So I'm going to try out the Naked Skin peachy tone corrector. I mean, these little samples aren't really worth hardly anything. They don't give you enough. But I'm trying it. In the package, it looks a little dark. Yeah, it's just a tad bit dark for me, but when I put my concealer on top, it shouldn't be a problem. This is my Holy Grail concealer. I made a whole video on it. It's the e.l.f. 16 Hour Wear Camo. Hopefully this video won't be 12 hours long. Just gonna blend that out with my beauty blender and I'll be right back. Alright, now that I have concealed concealed my under eye and set it everything with powder, including my whole face, I'm ready to move on to bronzer, blush, and highlight. One of the things I want to share with you guys is this Cheekleaders palette from Benefit, and I'm absolutely in love with this palette. It comes with 5 full-size products. So you have a bronzer. This is actually a blush that can double as a bronzer, depends on what shade you are. 2 blushes and then a highlight in the middle. It comes with this little dinky brush, but I'm not going to use that. So, oh, I just threw an eyeshadow brush at myself. I'm going to go in with the Hoola bronzer shade. You know, mentioning anxiety and how, you know, weighted blankets help. You know, and of course, never be ashamed to say, hey, I think I might need medicine to help me through. You know, I think you really need to, between you and your doctor or therapist, whichever route that you go, decide what treatment route is going to be best for you, because no 2 people are going to be the same, and you need to decide, just really be honest with yourself. You know, how am I feeling? And what do I think is going to help me? You know, I've talked about weighted blankets, medicine, therapy, if that is something that you think will help. Another thing is animals. You know, when I was in college, super anxious, stressed out all the time, I adopted my first dog, Cara. And that's something that really, really helped me. It's just, you know, you may be an animal person, you may not be. Some people have therapy animals like dogs or cats. And I think that is wonderful, because you'd be amazed at how much having a pet there, somebody you can cuddle with, or just somebody there. They're not judging you. You know, you can talk to them. I talk to my dogs, you know. I talk to Joey. He has multiple names. He's laying on the bed and he just looked at me like, what? Depending on what kind of mood I'm in, you know, he's Joey, he's Jojo, he's Jojo, Sir Joseph. My dog Cara sometimes answers to less welcoming names, depending on how bad she's been. I just use a little combination of California and Dandelion. Now, I want to warn you, California looks super bold, and when you first buy it, it has this little gold spray over, which I wasn't a fan of. It looks really intimidating, but the lady at Ulta showed me that if you go in like this with your brush, it doesn't come out as bold. So just thought I'd share that with you. Just now realizing that I forgot mascara, so I'm going to go back in with my COL-LAB and do that. But yeah, like my dog had really helped me with that. You know, she's the one friend I have that will never judge because, you know, she can't speak English. My animals are not registered as therapy animals. They're just something that, you know, they enjoy. I enjoy having them around. They probably think I'm crazy. But it's weird. It's like I was talking to my mom the other day about, you know, when I'm having like an anxious, like a panic attack. It's like they know. And Joey, my dog, I've only had him for about a year and a half now. His mother was a lawyer in town that passed away, and they needed somebody to adopt her dog. She had 13 dogs, so I adopted one of her dogs, and, you know, for a long time, I didn't think he would fit in with my family of, you know, me and Cara. And, well, the other day, I was having a full-blown meltdown, and he just came and laid his head on my chest like he understood, like, hey, I'm here. I know you're freaking out. It's going to be all right. And to me, that was just the simplest way of, you know, an animal. We obviously speak different languages, and he wanted to make me feel better. Eyeliner tips, Ashley. I don't put eyeliner on my bottom line. I have found I have an impossible time getting it to stay and not bleed or collect in, you know, the tear duct and make it look like, I call them raccoon eyes. So I only put mascara on the bottom line because this mascara is like super budge proof. But if you're putting eyeliner down here or in your waterline, which is right here where your eyelid meets your eye, definitely get waterproof. Alright, now I'm going to go finish up with highlighter and lipstick. The highlighter I'm using is in this palette, if I can find my brush. I like to use, it almost looks like a giant fluffy eyeshadow brush. This is the shade Tickle in that Benefit palette. In the pan, it looks super pink. You can see it's this one. Drop my brush. This one right here. It looks super pink, but on the skin, it can look really gold. Just spreading the love. The more highlighter, the better. So, really enjoy that. Take it down my nose. I like to put it on top of my lip right here. It's a trick that I learned from a fellow YouTuber that makes your lips look bigger, so why not? Now I'm going to finish up with the lipstick I brought. This is the Marc Jacobs, don't know what this is called. I will insert that on the screen. So it's a little twisty crayon. I got it in a like a gift set that had 3 or 4 different shades. This goes on super... Oh, this does not match my eyeshadow. Ooh, okay. Goes on super creamy and dries down matte. Does anybody else make super weird faces when they're doing their makeup? Alright, so lipstick and eyeshadow don't match. Definitely don't match what I'm wearing. But here's my look. I enjoyed getting ready with you guys today. If you enjoy these type of videos, please give it a thumbs up. I enjoy just sharing things about my life like lipstick and anxiety today. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.